Whoa.
Why?
I'm a vegan, man. Back off.
I'm a vegan, man. Back off.
Oh, man. I didn't even know Australia had vegans. Okay, like, what's up with seagulls? You know what I mean?
They're so wild.
Why are they so aggressive?
Dude, I was just at the beach and I saw them take not one, two bags of chips, and then they started like sharing it with each other. It was almost like they called the homies over, like, hey, look what we got.
Yeah.
They ocean rats, for sure. Like
Ocean rats.
Yeah, like they
they're
eat
like
anything.
Bullies, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're fearless. They were born fearless. They push people around.
And they're in packs. You know you're not alone, so if you get attacked by one, you know it's just a whole bunch waiting on you.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you get hit by a single doo-doo, you're getting hit by 5. You know what I mean? When they roll, they poop together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a real deal. Well, this category is proof that they're mean. Take a look at Galgoons.
This
Man.
is pretty, though.
What's this? We'll take that. Thank you.
That was a phone?
Man, you gotta know better, or at least get a strong grip.
I mean, yeah, you don't think they're gonna take your phone. What they gonna do with it?
Man,
He's selling it on the black market right now.
Go trade it for a bag of chips.
John literally just got on by a seagull.
Oh, man.
Right in the
Man.
He was drinking it.
That's a sign from God.
Yeah, what is the sign?
Yeah, no, it's like God saying, hey, you need to stop drinking unless you want seagull poop in it.
Right in the hole of the drink.
Right in the hole, baby. Got him.
Look at him. He looked at him like he thought he was somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, once he realized he was a different person, he was like, what the f? I thought you was Mark, dude. You was Mark.
Oh my God, who ate the pizza?
Oh, my God.
Oh my God!
Go back.
How is that even possible?
Man.
That is the most
There
savage
is
seagull.
no.
Look, I blame the pizza shop for not cutting it properly.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God, who
He's
ate
about to go share it with the homies, I'm telling you.
He might.
Yeah.
No way.
Wow, okay. All the seagull goons are eating tonight. We'll be right back with more Ridiculousness. Okay, so I heard you're doing a little vacationing over in Europe and you got aggressively attacked by a big bird.
Yeah, I was in Zurich and I was like just feeding the there was a swan. He was like, he looks so sweet. He was coming my way and I had some bread and I like feeding him some bread. Then we went to go take a picture and next thing I know, he totally grabbed my whole toe. He went for my toe.
Yeah.
They're aggressive. They're definitely aggressive. Those and like ducks are really aggressive.
Yeah, not only are they aggressive, but they've got a nickname in these parts. We call them feather sharks, right? Because they hunt. They see you and you think like, oh, these are so elegant and graceful, and then that long neck is just like,
Oh yeah.
This entire category is dedicated to that violent creature, feather sharks. Take a look. Oh, wow, great shot. Oh, 3D.
Oh yeah.
Stay down, Cheryl. Somebody help her.
Yeah.
But she's still on the ground.
It really was an entire group of people that was like, yo, we don't have nothing to do with her. It's between you two.
Somebody jump in, please.
I know no motherfucker's about to jump in my pond. I know a motherfucker did not. Oh, hell no, not in this pond.
They were trying to drown him, bro.
They were like stomping him.
Yeah, they were trying to drown him.
One hard beak shot to the dome, he could drown. He's already locked in on him. Beat it. Oh, is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing?
Coming for that ass.
Uh-oh, he about to jump his ass.
Yo, I got you, Derek. I got you, Derek. Let's him up. Well, hello.
Hi, Swan.
Hi.
She didn't even wait to see.
No, she was like, I've heard about this. This is a freaky swan. Oh, that's a private part.
Oh, my God.
Hey, how about a little bit of...
Oh my God, he's in his ass.
He's literally penetrated right now. There you have it for feather sharks. Okay, Mike, we know you're passionate about pigeons, had pigeons your whole life.
Yeah.
Did you ever like any other birds?
Not really, no.
Like, the funny thing is other birds are just kind of dicks, right? Like other birds will swing in and try to come at you, maybe take a dump on you.
What good are they?
They're not. Do you want to know? They're not. They're mean, and we've decided to dedicate an entire category to what we call flappy dicks. Take a look.
Ouch, hey, you little f***er, don't pull any of that hair out. I need it all.
Don't do it.
What are you...
God damn it! God damn it! Polly!
Man.
I mean, that's a lot of good luck.
I mean, is that what it is? Is it?
Well, I was told it's good
I
luck.
grew
when
up like
got
that too.
Okay, so if I get dumped on by a bird again, I'm gonna be like, damn, I need to go buy a lottery ticket. And in this guy's case, he needs to go buy 10 or 15. Oh, what?
That bird is deep stroking that man, bro.
Oh, man.
You got bird.
Who is he calling, first of all? What phone call is this important? Yes, he's in my ear right now. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Oh, God. He just landed right here. He's my friend.
Oh, bro. Not the creamy doo-doo.
Oh, man.
The creamy doo-doo.
Man, it was so creamy.
It looked like ice cream machine, didn't it?
Watch it.
Like ice cream machine came out.
Soft serve. Just riding a donkey. Ah, I'm getting attacked by an ostrich. Just run it out. Okay, you're gonna die. Go.
His beef was definitely with her.
I got no problems with that donkey. Look at this.
That's slow jog. That is not his kid.
Man. No beef with the donkey. We'll be right back with more ridiculousness. I looked at that camera and I was about to say, welcome to Ridiculousness. Then I said, welcome back to Ridiculousness, and almost said, I'm Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah, it would have been fine.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we would have just edited it in. Nobody would know any different. You know what I mean? Episode 6,247. You probably already saw this episode and don't even realize it. 3 or 4 times. And you're like, damn, I don't remember that. I didn't know Rob hated birds. What? Foreshadow. You know, I love animals, okay? I don't really with birds, okay?
I don't either.
Right? They're just, what are they? What's the purpose? They're just built to fly around. They're not built to be friends.
I like birds. I mean, I don't like all birds. Some birds are crazy.
But would you ever own a bird?
No, I wouldn't own a bird. No.
Yeah.
But like, if I was like really rich and living somewhere tropical, I feel like I would just need to get a parrot.
Hey, look, I don't with birds, okay? But you just sold me. I just pictured myself rich on an island, and not with a parrot, but with like a toucan. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I just went, man, I could probably with a toucan with a big ass beak. You know
One
what I
from
mean?
Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Toucan.
But look, birds are wild, weird creatures, and this whole category is filled with the worst of them. Take a look at birds of prey.
I feel like that duck doesn't belong there.
At all, it's a DMV.
Man.
Let her go in and renew her license.
That duck's frustrated. I've been here for 9 hours, the line hasn't moved.
I want a new picture. Oh.
Stand down. This is how people die.
This is a command, though. You don't all just have your wings open like this unless you were told to.
Unless you got fish, I suggest you turn around. Man, if I go fast and duck, man.
He is screaming for his life. Oh my God, he's done tricks he's never tried before. All because of this bird.
He didn't know he had this speed or this balance. No, man.
There's nothing I enjoy more than the parent that continues to take.
Oh. It's like, I gotta get this perfect.
Oh.
This is terrifying.
Look at her.
Man, look at him. I'm out of here.
What do they want from you?
Are they lost?
Maybe there's like a tornado nearby, because they look like they're all just like stuck in that area.
There's probably some sort of geological event.
Yeah.
Geological? No.
Geographical?
No, geological.
Geological.
What would be if it was happening in the air?
I feel
Inside
like
I
geological
thought you had it right
sounded
the first time.
meteorology. A little bit of meteorology going on. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Man, don't come around these parts. It's Turkeyville. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, Oh, that person saved his life.
He really did.
That person really was like, I gotta save this little boy's life and block off the turkey.
Stand down, turkey. It ain't your time of year. There you have it for birds of prey. Welcome back to Ridiculousness. Okay, either you ever been attacked by a chicken?
I got attacked in Costa Rica not too long ago. Well, I got chased by one.
Did you run or did you step to him?
I was running first, but I was with some girls and they was looking at me, so then I had to step back. Hey man, back your ass up, and he ran away. But it could have got real.
No, I mean,
and I'm not sure I would have won either.
Yeah, look, I mean, really, let's be honest, they're like little fluffy soccer balls. You know?
I can't kick a chicken.
You can kick a chicken, man.
Can you?
You can, man. Like, and you can send one. You know what I mean? Because they're all big, but they're light.
Next time I'll definitely try that.
And I tell you what, they know not to come back. You know what I mean? You soccer punt a chicken.
They spread the word.
They stand down. You know? Okay. Well, every single chicken in this category might need to get punted. Take a look at angry cocks.
Oh, God. I didn't know how we get this category.
Oh, man, what's up, bitch? Don't with my puppy, bitch.
Whoa, what you doing?
What you doing? Don't cross this line.
Hey!
Don't cross this line.
Oh, man, you dropped the puppy?
Now the puppy's
But
gonna
look
handle
at the
it.
chicken. He trying to act like at first he wasn't on board.
Yeah,
Look, he put his head down, act like he was going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man, not me. I'm looking for my other chicks. Looking for a little birdie, you know?
Oh, okay.
What's up, bitch?
Oh, man, get from behind. And that puppy's like, let me handle this.
That's a duck and chicken?
Oh, damn. Damn, you gonna be pounding. Oh, no.
Hey, man, get him over here. The duck really is just run up in their neighborhood and try to get him something real quick.
He really swung in and tried to pound out a chicken.
Pound out a chicken. What do you make from that?
That
KFC?
rooster wasn't happy. What do you, man?
What comes with
What
that?
is a duck chicken, man? Sounds tasty.
Ducking?
You know what I mean?
Finger ducking good.
Ducking? Ow!
Ow. Hey,
You son of a bitch! You stand down. Oh, put it back at me. You're a bad. All right, if he can't do it, I'm gonna get me some. Stop. Oh. Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
jump me, huh?
Oh,
okay.
stop. I mean, look, this is like I everything around here. What you up to?
Yeah, what you want to do?
You know what I mean?
You're the only chicken I ain't got to yet.
You know what this means. There you have it for angry cocks.
Angry cocks.
Okay, when you think about a goose, what comes to mind?
I think about that game when I was a kid, Duck, Duck, Goose.
Okay, when you think about geese, what comes to mind?
They're aggressive. They're aggressive.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this show up today, and I wanted to show you some videos of goose being nice, but they're not.
Doesn't
Geese
exist.
are mean, okay? This category is filled with a bunch of mean geese. Take a look at Goose Grumps.
Chill.
Chill.
Yo, chill out, bro.
I'm trying to get to class, bro.
Chill the out.
He's a bully, too.
He is.
He's a bully. He's trying to just get to class. He offered him a piece of cake.
He did.
He was like, anything not to fight you again.
Take this panini.
Where's my lunch money, bro?
What's up, bitch? Oh, stand down. Oh,
Jump! Where'd they go for on
man,
him?
they see that striped shirt and they're give me that action.
They're pretty aggressive.
Oh, man, scarred for life,
scarred for life,
man.
for sure. Oh, man.
Oh,
man.
Yo, what's up?
I'm already headed to divorce court. Can you please move?
Hey, oh, first my wife, now you.
But he can just keep it moving.
Yeah. He's just feeling disrespected.
Yeah, he's running up on him now.
Oh, man.
This doesn't end well. If you kill it, everyone looks at you crazy.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Well, why me? Why
Man,
me?
get out of there. Get out of there. Uber to the rescue. Uber to the rescue.
Goddamn, he almost killed her.
Man,
Get
he's
in.
like, man, get in. Get
The
in.
meter's running.
Jump in the passenger side. Get in. Get in. Okay, get in. I'm in here too. I'm in.
Oh my God. What did she do to this goose?
Go back, man. This goose is.
It's an Uber pool. What's your name? It's my Uber.
There you have it for Goose Grumps. Welcome back to Ridiculousness. Okay. You know, like I said earlier in the show, we live in some crazy times, you know? And one thing that people just are not talking about these days is the rise in bird attacks, okay?
In bird attacks?
It's a fact, man.
I've had like 3 birds die in my house.
Yeah, that is the weirdest.
And you know what they're doing?
They weren't attacking me, though.
They're trying to get to you.
You think so?
They saw you, bam, hit that window. It was like a kamikaze suicide mission, like we're gonna get him one way or another.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Look, it's just the reality of what's happening in these crazy times, and you gotta be on the lookout for birds, especially real angry birds. Take a look.
Just claimed my car. There's no way I can get home now. If you guys are at Trader Joe's, I need a ride.
Yeah.
There's no way I can get home.
Okay.
Just commanded your Civic.
What's gonna happen? I see you looking at me.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He must have knew that bird.
Man, that bird is like, it's my car now. Beat it, Jeff.
You looking at me?
Nothing to see here, just I'm dead, I'm dying.
Back up.
You got yourself a security poodle? Whoa. Stand down. Man, what an animal face-off.
It really was.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm a vegan, man. Back off.
I'm a vegan, man. Back off.
Oh, man. I didn't even know Australia had vegans. Hey, what's up, pussy? Beat it. Man, I tell you what,
being
man.
nice. I got that racket. I'm being nice.
Like, I gotta be honest, man. Like,
I'm hitting that bird.
yeah, like, go back. Like, I got respect for this young man. I think he's a good guy because any normal person would just be like, man.
100%.
You're gonna come up on me in the middle of my tennis match? Nah. Oh, you try to shake him? You just gotta keep going. We'll be right back with more Ridiculous.